from the Marathon Park Ice Arena. It is game 2 of the Marathon Cup, the annual battle on ice of the high schools, DC Everest, Mosinee, Wausau West, and then the combo of Merrill and Wausau East. In game 1 this evening, Merrill beat Wausau East, Merrill 5-0. Here in game 2, it is the defending champion Wausau West Warriors taking on the DC Everest Evergreens.
And playing forward, a junior, number 28, Brett Schultz. Joined by the rest of the Evergreens, head coach Dan Van Slyke, assisted by Colin Helke, TJ Christensen, Brandon Gillick. Now the starting lineups for the Wausau West Warriors. Playing in goal, a senior, number 31, Parks Gunther. Playing defense, a sophomore, number 27, Joe Gravine. Playing defense, a senior, number 3, Grant Winston. Playing forward, a senior, number 5, Brody Brimacombe. Playing forward, a sophomore, number 4, Henrix Danro. And playing forward, a junior, number 11, Caden Boleen. Joined by the rest of the Warriors, coached by Brian Brand Jr., assisted by Travis Brown, Sam Wiegert, Jed White, and Aaron Gunther. Starting lineup for the Evergreens is Griffin Benal in net. Our referees for tonight's game from Punatuski, Brandon Schroeder, Ryan Schroeder, and Brian Schroeder. We've already played the national anthem. Head to the net. Let's play some hockey.
We are all set. I've just went through the starting lineups with you. I don't know if you'll be able to hear them, but we have those set for you. Brian Brandt, who took over for Pete Susans, who was an icon in Wausau West hockey for over 30 years. And Brian has kept the program going to continue a strong hockey program at Wausau West. For DC Everest, Dan Van Slyke, who came here from Northland Pines and Eagle River, did take his team to the state tournament in Madison a few years ago. He's the head coach for them. As we look down on the ice now, it is West in white jersey and Everest in dark jersey. The opening face-off in this first 17-minute period is in the Everest zone. And now they dump it over, and Wausau West sends it back again. Down. No icing. So now we have a whistle. Offside call there. We're just underway from the Marathon Ice Arena. First game, we had some room for folks to settle in. Here it is full. The Everest folks are to my left as I look at it from the bleachers. The West fans to our right. And on the ensuing face-off, Thomas picked it up, and now the Evergreens in their attacking zone. The puck goes down the corner, being retrieved by Caden Bolin, one of the starters, the wings for forward for Wausau West. And now it's the Warriors that are putting on the pressure in front of the goalie for DC Everest. And that happens to be Griffin Bonnell, sophomore. Puck along the boards. Action in the neutral zone. Dump back in again. Back pedaling, and with it, Wausau West off the near board. Pass up ahead to Xander DeBoyle. DeBoyle up ahead for West to Jake Hain, who wears number 24. And there's our first save of the game. for Everest. Parks Gunther is the goalie for West. He is a senior, good-sized kid, 6'4", 195. Now on the face-off, in the near corner, and flipping it around the horn to the far side. Everest at center ice now with it. And puck is taken away by Shea Jones, second unit in there for Wausau West. And now we're going to have another line change. And for West, they do not change all 5 skaters. They change the 2 wings or forwards in the center on the face-off. For Everest, 14 there on the face-off, Aiden Haupt and Cam Celia. Those are their 2 forward starters. We'll catch the others as we move along here. Number 27 for West has it go by him. That's one of the defensemen for West that was on the ice to begin with. So they've got those defensemen back out there from the first unit. There's a slot shot. Nice save by the goalie for Everest. And another one. Now they come around the far side. So they've got it behind now to the near side. Set back and retrieving for West is number 27. That's Joe Gravine, the defenseman, a sophomore. Wausau West has a pretty balanced squad, seniors, sophomores, and juniors. Balanced team. They do start a couple sophomores on the first unit. And all the way on, and then trying to take a slot shot. He angled it left. He didn't get it all. And now out of play, and the whistle blows. So we've used up a little over 3 minutes. No score. 3 saves already for the Evergreen goalie. Already 3 saves for the Evergreen goalie. West, none. In fact, they haven't had a shot on goal yet for Everest. And now the puck is going back behind the net, and we'll have another face-off coming up to the left of the goalie. On the face-off, controlled by the Evergreens. Near side, skating with it. Number 22, Thomas Pazano. Pazano, one of the wings on the near side. Puck taken away now. Taken away in return by one of the Warriors. And they dump it in from the near point. And puck behind the net. Along the board. No battle back there behind the net, but out and a slap shot. Defenseman handles it well. For West on a goal. Now there's a goal for Wausau West. Wausau West scores first. At 12:47 left in the first period. The Warriors score on the slap shot from the point. Rebound. They got it off a rebound on a slap shot. So we'll catch from the PA who got the goal. Face off center ice. Play continues. No penalties yet. Either team. West on the attack.
The Warriors by number 19, Cooper DePoint. Assist by number 21. Tegan Rasmus. That's the point for Rasmus. On the goal for the Warriors. Time to go for 13.
Well, Cooper DePoint, sophomore winger forward, that was that goal for West. And that was at 12:27 in the first period. So, or 12:47. So quickly Wausau West on top. And we continue play on the ice down on the far side. And there's nobody really in control right now. Now coming out of there with it, Wausau was a turnaround shot. That now it's controlled. And a whistle. Action very quick here in this game compared to the first one, when Mosinee took on Wausau East-West Co-op and beat them 5-0. A little more intensity here, and the crowd has something to do with that. We're pretty much a full house here at Marathon Park Arena, or rink. Oh, a nice forecheck. Number 5 with a nice forecheck for West. That was Brody Bramacom. And Bramacom almost had himself a goal there off that action. Now they go around behind and off the glass. In play. Wausau West putting on the pressure. Off the board. Everest finally gets it into their attacking zone, but no control on the puck, so it goes to the nearest corner. And then back in the corner, now back out, and West comes away with it. Skating with it down the left side along the board is Brody Brimacom. He's the defenseman on the near side. Everest on the counter on the transaction. They get it into the behind to the near side, and here's Bromacom waiting for a teammate who goes right to him, and that's number 19, Cooper DeBoyoff, who has the goal for Wausau West. And he's sitting by the net, the cage right there, waiting for the puck, and it doesn't come. West had that set up really nice. They had somebody by himself on the side of the crease, to the right side of the crease from the goalie, and waiting for a pass, but there was no defenseman near him, so another chance, but they didn't score. They never got it to him. Change in the face-off now, so number 10 comes in for Wausau West on the face-off. That's Chase Crass, a sophomore. Now it comes to the near side. Everest along the near side, up along the board, into the attacking zone. Backing to retrieve is Bremercrom, however. And now it goes over to Wausau West on the transition to Ethan Rohde, defenseman number 18. And Rohde brings it across the ice, and we have another whistle. Okay, we're going to go on the face-off down the right side to the right of the goalie for DC Everest, or for West, Parker Gunter. And Parker hasn't had anything yet to deal with. No shots on goal, no saves, no pressure so far. Face-off. 10 minutes left in the period. West controls. West across the timeline with the puck is Copper DePoya into the near, and another whistle. Offside call on West. Line change. Let's see, the Warriors now have Shea Jones, their second unit in. A defense on the near side. Number 15 is the forward, Lincoln Crawford. As we catch up on these names as best we can, number 21 is Tegan Rasmussen. On the right side is the defenseman. Now, number 7 skating for the Evergreens in their dark jersey, Hayden Johnson into the corner. Puck cleared out. Up ahead, back skating in his own defense, Braden Mishka. Mishka has the goal and retrieved now as one of the Warriors pucked it away. And he sends it behind the net. Far side with it, Gabriel Simonson, another sophomore for Everest. They're a sophomore-laden team. In fact, DC Everest has 3 seniors on their team. That's it. 3 seniors. Most of them are sophomores. A good contingent of juniors, but again, 3 seniors, which is, I think, unusual for the Evergreens not to have more seniors on a squad. But it's hockey is, a lot of times kids pick that up young and they play together. They're the same age, and some years they're more, and some years or they stay with it or they don't stay with it. So I don't know how else to explain 3 seniors on a hockey team at DC Everest. I'm sure it's never happened, or probably didn't happen. Skating with it for West now, all the way down in the near corner, is Caden Bolin. Okay, the Warriors now back to retrieve, and the whistle blows. Number 3 for West is Grant Winsenson. He's one of the 5 scouters to start the game, a senior. Wausau West has more typical 10 seniors on their varsity team. So it's 10-3 in terms of senior experience on the ice right now. West favored them with 8 minutes left in the first period, 1-0 score, and no shots on goal. Now they finally get one. The goalie finally has to put his paws on one in front of him in the crease. So, first goal for Griffin Bonnell. No, I'm sorry, on the other side for Parker Gunter, the senior goalie for West. Face-off to the right of the West cage net. Goalie puts his helmet on. Here we go. Exchange of centers. Chase Crast on the face-off for the Warriors. And puck comes to the near side along the board, slapped up ahead to Cooper DePoyoff, and the puck is still out in front. Now they push it to the side. He came right across the crest with the crease with the puck that time, right in front of the goalie. Now they send it down the ice. Icing call on DC Everest. So we'll come back to the west side of the ice. 7:35 left first period. 1-0 is our count. West on top. Winner takes on Mosinee Saturday evening at the Mosinee Rec Center for the title in the cup. A nice pass across down the middle, but unable to hang on and get a shot off for Everest. It was Thomas Pazano, the junior. Nice job defensively by the Warriors on that one. Couple of line changes for the Evergreens. Number 7 and number 2. 7 is Hayden Johnson. Number 2 is Xavier May. Pair of sophomores. On the face-off. Okay, we have our first penalty. A penalty is on the Warriors, number 26. 2-minute minor on Zayden DeBile. Zayden DeBile with a penalty. So power play for the Evergreens. And just under 7 minutes left in this first period. First penalty in the game. Now, the Evergreens putting on some pressure with a power play. They have it out in front, right? It just rolled across the crease that time. Now they reset. They try to put it out in front, and here's another save. So they're making Parker Gunter work a little bit here. All of a sudden, he's up to 5 saves. So the power play, they're putting pressure on the Evergreens. They just haven't cashed in at this point. Line changes, power play changes for Wausau West and for Everest. Everest has Brett Schultz now as one of the forwards, and they get it along the board, and they keep it in the neutral zone. The Warriors finally clear it down the ice. That'll take up some time. Nice job on that clearing by the Warriors, number 21, Tegan Rasmus, another sophomore. Well, the goalie has it, and he sends it down in the middle of the rink. Goal to the far side in front of the scorer's table and benches. Comes to the near side. And again, the Warriors were able to clear it out. The goalie saves it for Braden Mishka, the defenseman for the Evergreens, part of this penalty unit. Here's a steal, open, a goal. Those things happen. You don't know sometimes why, but they do. I believe that was Cooper DeBoyle with his second goal. And that had to be unassisted. And it was just one-on-one breakaway off of a poor pass. And Everest gave up a goal. In this game, you can't afford that kind of a goal, that's for sure. So with 5:32 left in the first period, here we go.
The short-handed goal for the Warriors by number 19, Cooper DePoint. He was unassisted on that goal. That's a short-handed goal.
An unassisted goal.
11-23.
Cooper DePoint. Boy, has he had a first period here, huh? And now we're at full strength. So that was a short-handed goal for Wausau West. Short-handed goal. Okay, now we're back in play. Everest putting on a little pressure. They get it behind the net. Now they try to center it, and the goalie puts the paw on it for West, and stoppage of play. Nice job by Piet Parks Gunter on that one. Okay, the varsity head coach Dan Van Slyke for the Evergreens. He had them in the state tournament a few years ago, and they are looking at the numbers. Classmen, they're kind of on a rebuilding year, but they've had some good squads over the years, some good individual players. Stevens Point has a 2-0 lead with West in the Valley Conference standings up to this point, as both of these teams are members of the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Other members: Rapids Point, Marshfield, and East Merrill. Okay, both teams full strength. The second West goal was here's another breakaway, but the Evergreen able to get the goalie to leave it for somebody. Now they skate right across the net. Little dangerous. Comes in the near side. Skating with it for Everest is Hayden Johnson. Let's keep it along the board, near side. 27 is West. That's Joe Gravine, sophomore defenseman for West. Now, again, West puts on a little pressure. They go right behind the net, come over to the near side on the board, trying to set it up. Here's another save for the Evergreens. That's number 11, unofficially. Short-handed goal, their second one for West. Those you don't want to give up, but Everest did. And it was basically a poor pass out in front of the net, and I suppose you'd call it a steal because there's nobody assisting at all. It was just all one-on-one goalie and shooter. Everest dropping back. Now they try to send it down. Stopped in the center ice by one of the Warriors. Back, and they'll try it again. Now the Everest team has it in the center ice. And on the offense for DC Everest, Thomas Pazano. Now it's over on the far side board, right along the bench. Cross rink pass in the middle to the slot, and they'll send it down. Off the board, whistle, icing. 3 minutes left, first period, 2-0. Warriors over the Evergreens. Semi-final in this 4-team Marathon Cup. Face off down to the right. West fans to our right. East and Everest to the left. A lot of green and gold to our left and a lot of blue and gold to the right. Off the face-off. Right in front, they've got somebody there, but the puck is loose. Cleared out by the Evergreens. Off the board, up ahead, picking it up now for Wausau West is Ethan Rohde. He doesn't have it long. It's taken away, and here come the Warriors. In the neutral zone, across the blue line, near side. Back over in the corner, they try to cross it around the horn to the near side. Everest skating down in front of us. Number 7 is Hayden Simonson. And West finally getting a little bit, nope. It goes right back to center right. Now here would come the Warriors, right to left. Hendricks, Damro. Oh. Another one. Wow. You can see the Warriors celebrating that one. That came out of nowhere. I think it was Damro, but we're going to wait for the PA announcer on that one. Wow. Now 3-0, 1:49 left in this first period.
Scoring the goal for the Warriors by number 4, Hendricks Damro.
It is Damro.
Number 5, Brody Grimacombe.
And he did get an assist on that one. So Hendricks Damro with the goal for Everest. The first two were by Cooper DePoit. And it's 3-0. And we move on. We're down to a minute and a half left in this first period. Everest dumping in. We've seen these two teams put on some really, really good competitive games in the Marathon Cup over the years, but just taking a look at the roster and what we've seen in the first period here, West is by far the more experienced team, and they seem to have a little more speed than DC Everest. Puck in front, and it's finally slipped out of there on the far side by Haupt. Aiden Haupt gets it up along the near side, and back to retrieve for Wausau West is Joe Gravine. Gravine behind his own net now, sends it over. Neutral zone, Everest dumps it back in. Off the skate of Cam Celia, another one of the Everest sophomores. And the puck down on the far side. We're down to 15 seconds left here in period one. As the clock is moving on, West is just going to keep it around behind the net and play it safe. And that'll be it. We've played 17 after 1 in this semifinal in the Marathon Cup. It is Wausau West 3, DC Everest nothing. Stats and period 2 coming up soon. We are back here at Marathon Park Ice Arena for period 2 of this Marathon Cup semifinal. Wausau West 3, Everest 1 after the first 17-minute period. Everest coming into this game in the Valley Conference, they lost to Rapids 4-3. They defeated Marshfield 9-1, so they do have a game in the win column. Wausau West has won their first 2 conference games, and they play a tough, on purpose, they play a tough schedule in non-conference getting into the Wisconsin Valley Conference season. They do that because that's what they feel they need to do to continue to be that, what I would call an elite high school hockey program in the state. Well, period 2 is underway, and both teams full strength. 17 saves first period for the Evergreens. Griffin Bunnell, and for West, Parker Gunter in the net had 8. So 2-1 there, 3-0 on the what really counts, the scoreboard, with West on top. And we're set to face off one more time. This time between the blue lines and the neutral zone. Doesn't happen that often after the first couple of minutes of a period. And that's where the puck is now, and it's cleared out finally down in the attacking zone by Wausau West. And in the battle for the puck is Caden Bowen. And you can see Caden now skating down by the goalie, going back to, he's one of the wings. In fact, he's skating out of the rink, and they have a change in line. There's a slap shot by the defenseman for the Warriors from the far side. And that's Ethan Rohde. Now, he's still keeping it, or West, I should say, still keeping it in there. Turnaround shot. The goalie was alert enough to know it was coming because it came out of the blue, and he did a nice job. Now, on the attack for West, skating with it, Chase Crass. Crass in the near corner. It's out in front, and a goal. Crass, I imagine, will get the assist. Another goal by Cooper to pour, and Cooper has a hat trick. Wow. Cooper has a hat trick. This is at 15:22 left in the second period. Boy, he has some juice on his shots. He has 3 for Everest, a hat trick, and the other one is by Hendricks Damro. Wow. Cooper is a sophomore. Sophomore forward. 5'9", 165. Wow. He's putting on a show. Now the Warriors up 4-0 are putting on pressure again as we start after the goal, and there's another one. And I think this is number 4, Damro. We'll wait and see. Well, the handshakes belong to number 10. So Chase Crass, I'm guessing, will get this one. Well, there's no doubt in this tournament.
Scoring for the Warriors by number 10, Chase Crass.
It is Chase Crass
19, Cooper DePoint.
with the goal.
That's Crass with the points. Other goal for the Warriors, time to go, 2:15 in the second period.
Already 4-zip. They definitely, the Warriors are the better team in this foursome this year. When you look at the rosters and what you've seen on the ice, they are much more crisp a team, hockey team, than the other three. And the scoreboard shows that because now it's 5-0. Well, we're doing some statistic work here. With Dave Dickinson, I'm George Hirsch, and I hope you're enjoying our broadcast on Wausau Air Access Media of high school prep hockey from Marathon Park, Marathon Cup. Finals on Saturday from the Mosinee Rec Center. And game one will be, the way it looks, East Merrill Co-op and DC Everest. Game two, unless things change, will be Everest and Mosinee, which is always a good rivalry. Mosinee has the history that goes back before even Wausau West in terms of high school hockey. I mean, it's one of the originating hockey towns in the state. All right, now we'll get back to the action as you can watch it. And West is trying to clear out from behind their own cage or net. Now up on the near side, on the attack now, skating with it is Caden Boland. Guess what? Guess what? Holy cow. Another goal, and now it's 6-0. And this was at 12:52. Wow. They've already scored.
Now and Smith for the Evergreens. Scored the goal for the Warriors by number 5, Brody Brimacombe. Assist by number 11.
Brody Brimacombe.
Then the goal 4:08. Again with a 6-goal lead, running time.
Wow. 6-0, 12:30 left, second period. West leading DC Everest. I don't think there's been a score like that between these two teams for years. That much of a margin of difference. You know, and Everest is a state tournament qualifier not that many years ago. Well, Everest finally gets the puck in the attacking zone in front of the net, and they hit a save out of a little work for Parker Gunter as he had to put the paw on the puck as it came toward him very slowly. No danger that way, but okay. Now we've got a penalty on the Warriors. Penalty on Shea Jones. That's the second penalty on West. Xander DeBoyle has the other one. Everest has no penalties here tonight. None. A little high sticking there by Jones. Shea Jones, sophomore. Well, I thought so, and I was right. They go running time now after a 6-goal difference. So the clock is running with a few exceptions. Scoring is one. The Evergreens putting some pressure on. Another save for Gunter. So a little action there in front of the goalie he has to deal with. But it's still 6-0 penalty. A power play for Everest. Maybe they can get something going with a power play here. Their second of the game. 5-4 skating advantage. Setting it up, shot right in the midsection. Ethan, or I should say Penter goal. Parks Gunter. Shot taken by Cole Van Slyke. So we'll face it off. Clock is running. Power play. Puck harmlessly rolls to Gunter, and he puts his glove on it. And this is stoppage of play, but not the clock. High school prep hockey running clock, margin of 6 goals.
Warriors are back to full strength.
Well, the penalty's over, so we got full strength on the ice. Everest trying to keep the puck down there to put on some pressure. They would love to, at least get a goal here and have something to cheer about. And so with their many, many, many fans in that packed bleacher to our left. Face off to the right of Gunter, the goalie for West. In on it, number 26 for DC Everest. Oh, that's number 28, Brett Schultz, one of their juniors. Everest putting pressure on, rebound attempt. Puck goes to the far side. Gunther pushed under the net by one of his teammates in the crease. Now West coming down, shot off the glove, near board. Back out center ice, skating with it, dumping it in. For Everest was Adam McCaig. Now the puck is back behind the goalie, West goalie. And they choose to go down the far side, now down the middle. And it's flipped away by the Evergreen defenseman. Now it happens to be Gabriel Simonson. And a line change now. All new line for DC Everest. Let's see, we've got Kyle Welsh, Cam Celia. Number 14 is their center, Aiden Hopt. Back skating the Warriors. Number 19, Adam McCaig, one of their 5 skaters. Puck at the blue line. Ref waves off any kind of penalty for offside. So they keep playing. On the far side. Now they come Everest. One thing I can say about Everest right now, they are trying. They are really trying hard to make something happen. And the Warriors backhand shot comes off a defenseman on behind the net. And now Everest sends it down the ice, but it's taken by the Warriors. And they dump it back. A breakaway. And that was as close to a goal as Everest has had. Right in front of the goalie, right in the crease. And Gunther, who's a good-sized kid, was able to have it come off his pad and go beyond. That was as close as Everest has been to a goal. Well, now they did stop the clock because the cage netting was off. They had to make sure that that's adjusted. And the other reason is a penalty. A penalty on the Warriors. Ethan Rohde. Their third penalty tonight, but it certainly hasn't hurt them at all. This is a third power play opportunity for the Evergreens in the game. And they set up the offense now, 5-on-4 skaters. And they've got Grant Winsenson out here on defense for the Warriors. Xavier May.
Warriors, number 18, Ethan Rohde, 2-minute minor for holding. That's Rohde called for holding for the Warriors.
That was a holding penalty. Another minor. Flip pass near side. All the way down the left, the near side, Coleman Slike. He's a sophomore. Now West on the transition. They go behind the Evergreen net, dump it out to the slot. And now picking it up at center ice for the Everest is Hayden Johnson. And a whistle. On the face-off. Handling it and getting it into the attacking zone was Cooper DeBoit. He has a hat trick, 3 goals here for Wausau West tonight. It's been his night, this sophomore. Okay, all the way around the net. A little wraparound with the puck doing a good job, Braxter Beeler. Beeler, a sophomore. But now, again, stoppage of play, but not the clock, because it's a running clock.
Warriors are back to full strength.
It's interesting. The first game, it was Mosinee 5, East Merrill United nothing. This one is West 6, Everest nothing. So the losing team in the first game didn't score a goal, and the one behind in this game hasn't scored a goal. There was another shot attempt for the Warriors, and line changes coming in. For DC Everest, it will be the wings. And Van Slyke is one of them. On the face-off, control by the Evergreens. Puck stolen by West. Alex Fail. Everest on the counter. They wave off the offside. Corner for Everest. Now they want to get it back out as a slap shot. Goes wide right of the net. Past the goalie. Down the far board. And they flip it the other way. Right in front of the Everest, or the West's bench. Now their line change. Everest. Well, about a minute ago they did the line change wings or forwards. Now they're doing the back, the defense on the change as they get set for a face-off. All right. Slap shot, far side by West. Goalie puts a stick on it. That was Ethan Rohde with that. 3 penalties on Everest, all minor. A hat trick for the Warriors, Cooper DeBoit, and he is a sophomore. Having quite a night. All the ice now. Board stops the puck to our left, to the right of the Warrior goalie. Everest trying to get control of the puck. The Warriors have it. Puck in the corner. That's our blind spot here.
1 minute remains in the second period. 1 minute.
All right, 1 minute left in the period. This period has been all West. Here's a save by Griffin Bunnell, 6 foot, 150-pound sophomore. Another penalty, that stops the clock. This penalty on West, their fourth, is on Brody Brumacombe. He also has a goal, their fifth goal out of 6.
Penalty on the Warriors, number 5, Brody Brumacombe, 2-minute minor for slack shooting. That's Brumacombe called for slack shooting for the Warriors.
Well, the clock winding down to 10 seconds and counting to end period number 2. And after 2 periods, the Warriors now have built up a 6-0 lead on DC Everest with 3 more goals. In the early part of the period, they lead 6-0. We'll be back with the third final period of this second game of the Cup shortly. With Dave Dickinson on the camera, I'm George Hirsch, and we are all set. First, I got to clear my voice, but we're all set for period 3 of this semifinal in the Marathon Cup from the Marathon County Ice Arena. And DC Everest coming out of the locker room down 6-0. The Warriors have 6 goals, 3 of them for a hat trick by one of the Warriors, Cooper DePoit, a sophomore, and we're on running time, or running clock, because there's a 6-goal differential on the scoreboard. And it's been that way. West scored 3 goals in the first period, 3 more in the second. 3 of them in the second period. They scored 3 goals in 3 minutes. It took them 3 minutes for 3 goals, right in the middle of the period. So we're underway. Everest in the dark. Wausau West in the white jersey, white helmets. And the Warriors, this is my first look at Wausau West this year, and they've had that program for a lot of years now. They look good again. They really do. They've got a couple of exceptional skaters, and they've got depth, as you can tell by the lines that are coming in and what they're doing. So I'm sure they have high hopes for another great season, maybe even a state tournament bid this year for Wausau West. And the Warriors, to give them a little credit, they have high expectations. They play tough competition before their Valley Conference. You know, the Marquette University in Milwaukee, Waukesha. I mean, some tough competition prior to their conference, and I think it helps them. And they're in Eau Claire, although Eau Claire is down a little bit from what it was for a while in hockey. Hudson has another good team. So Wausau West is just used to tough competition. They adjust to it, and they've had the same two coaches now for, what, over 40 years. Pete Susan's 30 plus, and since Pete left, it's been head coach Brian Brandt, and he's continued that same success for them. So, back on the ice after we've used up a couple of minutes here this third period. It is Everest on the attack. Puck right in front of the goalie for West, but a stick comes out of play on the ice, so they whistle it. And the whistle. Let's see if we have a penalty coming up or something here. Yep. The clock wasn't running, and it normally does, and it stops at a score or a penalty or a referee decision. But another penalty on West, this time on number 27, Joe Gravine. Interestingly enough, West with a 6-0 lead. They've had 5 penalties, and Everest has not had a penalty yet tonight. So Everest has had 5 power play opportunities and not scored, not taken advantage of it. I guess you could say Everest played a clean game, and that's very, very, very true, because rarely do you get through a high school hockey game without some penalty from somebody, and in this case it's been 5 on West and none on DC Everest. Everest right down the middle of the ice, puck taken, pushed to the right. As you can tell, another stoppage. Which would indicate another penalty. And in this case, it is the first one on the Evergreens tonight. A 5-minute major on Everest. Their first of the night. On Thomas Pazano.
5 minutes to check in from behind.
All right. So now, 4 on 4 for another 30 seconds. And then Wausau West will have the power play for the first time tonight. West setting it up, long shot, save, flipped out of there by a defenseman, another shot to the right of the net. Goal saves tonight in the net for DC Everest. Griffin Bunnell has 32, and Parker Gunter been busy a little bit. He's at 20 saves. On the face-off.
Warriors back to full strength on the power play.
The Warriors now on the power play. Cooper DePoy with that hat trick, 3 goals on that last face-off. He wears number 19. So you can see him on the ice and kind of follow him a little bit to see what he's capable of doing, which is a lot for a sophomore. Okay, Everest trailing. The Warrior that comes all the way down, all the way behind the cage, gives it to a teammate, and then a stick poked away by one of the Evergreens. Well, the whistle blowing again. We have another penalty, I guess. Yeah. This one now on another Evergreen on Xavier May. Number 2. This is a minor.
Penalty on the Evergreen's number 2. Xavier made 2-minute cross check. They call cross check for the Evergreen.
So would you believe Everest are now with 3 skaters to 5 skaters for West. Wow. Well, no. Yeah, that's what we got lined up for a face-off. 3 Evergreens on the ice. Adam McKaig. Number 19. Number 18, Cole Van Slyke. And the other skater for Everest. Boy, what a challenge they're facing. And the Warriors now, I was just going to name their 5, and they've got a new 5 on the ice. With Austin Walter. The Warriors have their 3rd unit out there on a power play. Their 3rd line, if you prefer that term, line. That's what we have. Number 3 is out there, Grant Winsenson, one of the defensemen for West. Number 8, Austin Waiter. Well, the Everest goalie now has to be alert. Well, the Evergreens did clear the ice, send the ice down the other end, so that'll take up some time here. Okay, now we're back to a power play of 4-on-3. So 4 for Everest, 5 for West on the ice. So this is a typical power play for West. Not a 2-man advantage that they just had for a few seconds. Slap shot, save. Good catch. Good catch. Taken by Grant Winsenson. We're already halfway through, almost halfway through this 3rd period because of the running clock. It certainly would appear that West and Mosinee will be going at it in the championship at the Mosinee Rec Center Saturday evening. And East-West United would be taking on Everest. 2 young teams, both of those very young. There's a breakaway, and what a save. Gunter. That was a beautiful save by Gunter, because 22 for Everest, Thomas Passano broke away from the pack, and he was just to the right of the crease, and Gunter was able to position himself and react to his shot. You could maybe hear the Everest crowd cheering as that was going on, and then it just kind of stopped all of a sudden because nothing happened. Puck on the board on the far side. And another whistle. You know, it's getting a little out of hand, and you can understand that. Lots of penalties here. You know, it's not a competitive game right now. Not in the sense that nobody scored in this period, but it's 6-0, and teams, when they go to the running clock, it's like, you know, it's almost like an idea. Okay, nobody expects us to win this game anymore, so let's do other things sometimes. Here's another chance. This time the pass that was sent by the Evergreens, Cole Van Slyke, went right across the crease to the other side. So no threat on that one. West, as I said, Now we're at full strength. Good save by Brunel. Full strength now. 5-on-5. Face off to the right of Brunel. Down in the corner. What we would call the hidden corner, because from where we're seated in the bleachers, we really can't see the puck handling down there. Everest trying to clear it out of their zone. And the Warriors just dump it back in the corner. Along the board. The Warriors setting up a shot, and there's a shot and a save for Brunel. He caught the shot, probably wouldn't have gone in, but he caught it, then dropped it, and quickly picked it up because he had a couple of Warriors staring right at him if he had misplayed it. Well, there's another save for Brunel. Another one, another shot. And another one, and now well, I'm waiting for a call on this. Okay. The clock kept going, which means no penalty, no scoring, so they go back to a face-off, and we move on. Clock at 5 minutes left in this one. Neither team has scored here in this third period, but Wausau West had 3 in the first, 3 in the second, in control throughout. Gunter leaves it for a teammate up along the far side board, skating with it. Puck up in the air, brought down off the stick legally. And here come the Evergreens on the transition. Pass across the rink from Xavier May to Hayden Johnson. Back out to the slot. If it'd be slotted in the middle. There's an easy save for Gunter. But he's got a shutout going. And the Warriors on the transition. All the way to the far board, right through the crease with that pass. Braxter Byler had a puck taken away from him. I think we've got a penalty here. The clock stops, and you could hear the Everest, no, not the Everest, the West section to our right doing a little oohing and on. Something to be said for the board's action. The loudness, the physical part of the sound. They like it. Well, it's another penalty on West.
Penalty on Warriors, number 27, Joe Green, 2-minute minus cross-checking. That's Green called for cross-checking.
Joe Gravine,
Warriors.
that's his second, Joe's second penalty. That's 6 penalties now on West. 2 on Everest. But that hasn't been a factor here tonight at all, as Everest has failed on power plays. They got another one going right now, but only a minute left in it to do something. Well, little physicality. Part of the game of hockey. But the officials are in a situation where they have to keep control, so if it's a penalty, they'll call it. They can't pay any attention to what the scoreboard is. And here's a penalty now on Xavier May, his second for Everest. Xavier May is a sophomore. I mentioned it earlier. DC Everest, 3 seniors. Four juniors. That means the rest are freshmen and sophomores for DC Everest. 5 seniors, sorry. I mean, for a high school hockey program, you'd have to call that rebuilding or something, because I'm sure it's never been that bad in terms of experience before. Wausau West with their third line out there now, skating. Except Cooper DeBoyd is out there. Along with, Aiden Buzahan.
Warriors back full strength and out in the power play.
Back to a power play now for West. Power play for West. And an offside on West. Well, a minute left, running clock, 6-0 Warriors. Some of the folks are slowly heading for the exit. West trying one more opportunity on the power play, which is now over with 35 seconds left. But for Wausau West, there are third line, I bet you even there's a fourth line member out there that hasn't seen any action yet this year playing, and they're getting that experience. Little action on the far side the folks got. They woke them up with 12 seconds left. And it's a penalty, so they stopped the clock. Penalty on one of the Evergreens. Number 6, Christian Simonson. So he gets on the stat sheet with that penalty.
Penalty on Evergreens number 6, Christian Simonson.
Power play West with 9 seconds left. So, Saturday night, first game. It'll be Mosinee against West in the final. Everest and East Merrill United in the first game. Championship, Mosinee, Wausau West. 6-zip our final here in Game 2. Wausau West over DC Everest. For Dave Dickinson, I'm George Hirsch. You'll enjoy our play-by-play broadcast of prep hockey on Wausau Area Access Media. Until the next time, take care.